Chapter 2. Senjahara? Hanako tilted her head in response to my question. Is something the matter with Senjahara? Nothing like that, I answered vaguely. I was just kind of wondering about her. I mean, isn't that a weird and interesting name? Hideki Senjahara? You do not realize that Senjahara is the name of a place. No, not that part. I was talking about her given name. Senjahara's? You mean Hideki? Is that strange? I want to say it's a term related to construction. You know everything, don't you? Not everything, I just know what I know. While Hanako didn't seem fully satisfied with my explanation, instead of pressing me any further, she said, You're interested in someone other than yourself, Araragi. That's unusual. Mind your own business, I told her. Tsubasa Hanakoa, the president of our class. More than that. She's a girl who embodies what a class president should be. Her prim and proper braids, her glasses, her good manners, and good behavior. How incredibly serious and loved by the teachers she is. Puts her on the endangered species list in this day and age, even if you count manga and anime. The way she holds herself makes you wonder if she's been a class president her entire life, and is going to be one in some capacity even after graduating. In other words, a class president among class presidents. Possibly a class president chosen by the gods, as one person has been rumoring, like it's the unvarnished truth. That person would be me. We were in different classes our first and second year, but for our third year, we were placed together. Though I have heard of her before that, of course I had. If Senjahara's grades were among the top in our Tsubasa Hanakoa's are at the very top. She regularly pulls off unbelievable stunts, like scoring a perfect 600 across 6 courses in a 5 core subjects. And yes, I still remember her utterly monstrous results for the first semester finals our second year like it was yesterday, when across every single subject, including PE and art, she missed only one question, a Japanese history fill in the blank. You hear about celebrities like that, whether you want to or not. And the nastiest part. Okay, I know it's a good thing, but either way, most annoyingly, Hanako was a very caring and decent person. What is actually nasty about her is that she's very single-minded. As is often the case with two serious people, once she decides on something, no lever will ever budge her. I already have a brief encounter with Hanako during spring break, and afterwards, as soon as our new classes were announced and we found we'd be together, she declared to me, I'm gonna make sure you turn your life around. Now, I'm no juvenile delinquent, nor am I really a problem child. I was a mere class ornament, according to my own assessment, so her proclamation struck me like a bolt from the blue. But no amount of convincing can halt her single-minded delusion, and before I knew it, I was appointed class vice president, which is why, at that moment, after school on the 8th of May, I'm still in my classroom, alone with Hanako, hashing out what to do for the mid-June Culture Festival. Culture Festival or not, we're third years now, Hanako said. We won't be doing much. Studying for college exams is much more important. Prioritizing exam prep over the Culture Festival without batting an eye indeed made her a class president among class presidents. With a vague survey, the suggestions would be all over the board and just a waste of time. We can go ahead and narrow down the options between us and have everyone vote on those. You good with that? Why not? It has a nice democratic veneer. You always make things sound so awful, Araragi. Such cynicism. That's not cynicism. Hey, you're making me feel like a cartoon sidekick. Tongari, to be exact. For reference, Araragi, what did your class do for a culture festival last year and the year before? A haunted house and a cafe. How standard. Too standard. You can go as far to say as commonplace. I guess. You can go as far to say vulgar. Don't go that far. Ha ha ha. She laughed. In any way, wouldn't it be a good idea to do something commonplace this time around? It's not all about our visitors. We need to enjoy our day too, and come to think of it, Senjahara didn't participate in the Culture Festival either. Neither last year, nor the year before. Well, it wasn't just the Culture Festival. Anything you can call an event, other than regular classes, Senjahara basically skips. Sports day, of course, and also the school trips, field trips, educational visits, the whole bunch of them. Her doctor forbids her from partaking in any strenuous activity or something. It seemed strange now that I thought about it. Strenuous exercise, I could understand. But the weird nuance of strenuous activity? But if that wasn't some illusion on my part, if Senjahara does not weigh anything, that ban would definitely apply to any activity at all outside of the classroom, including BE, where she was liable to come in contact with a large, unspecified number of people. Are you that interested in Senjahara? Hanako asked. Not really, but, well, boys do like girls who are prone to interest. Yuck. Ugh. Filthy, filthy, she teased me. She sounded more sincere than usual, though. Prone to illness, huh? Sure, she was prone to it, but was it really an illness? Was illness it? Her body being weak, and her being light as a result, made sense, but that went beyond such an explanation. Thin girl or not, a human being had fallen from close to the top of the stairs to the landing. Normally, it was a situation where even the person catching her could get pretty badly hurt. And yet, there had been barely any impact. But don't you know Senjahara better than I do, Araragi? Why ask me? I mean, you've been in the same class 3 years in a row, haven't you? If you put it that way, yes, but I thought a girl might know another girl's circumstances a bit better. Circumstances, Hanako chuckled dryly. If a girl had any, wouldn't that be the last thing I should go around telling a boy? True, I said. Of course it was. So, think of this as class vice president asking the class president a question as the class vice president. What kind of person is Senjahara? Ah, so that's your move. Hanako started scribbling out on the list she had been making as we conversed, endlessly jotting down and erasing candidates since haunted house and cafe, and crossed her arms in thought. Because her family name means battlefield, it might make her seem fraught with danger at first, but she's actually a problem 3 model student. She's smart, and she takes, say, her cleaning duty very seriously. Oh, I'm sure. Even I can tell that much. I want to know something I can't figure out on my own. But we've only been in the same class for about a month. I guess I don't really know her. We had Golden Week off in there, too. Yeah, Golden Week. Did something happen then? No. Keep going. Alright. Senjahara doesn't talk much, and it seems like she doesn't have any friends. I tried talking to her a number of times, but it's like she's put up these walls around her. An awkward silence. What could I say? Hanako lived up to her caring reputation. Of course, that's why I was asking her. It's a tough case, she said in a rough, grave tone. Maybe it's because of her illness. She was much more cheerful and energetic in middle school. Wait, middle school? Hanako, you and Senjahara went to the same middle school? Isn't that why you're asking me? Hanako made a face like she was the one who never saw it coming. Yes, we're from the same middle school. Kiyukaze Public Middle School. We used to be in different classes back then, too, but Senjahara was famous. More famous than you? I almost said, but I caught myself just in time. Hanako hated being treated as famous more than anything. Personally, I thought she needed to be more self-aware, but she seemed to think of herself as a regular girl who had nothing to recommend her but being on the serious side. She wholeheartedly brought the camp that to anyone who tried hard enough to do well in school. She was pretty, and she was a good athlete too, Hanako said. An athlete? She was the star of the track team. Some of her records should still be standing. Track team, huh? So in other words, she wasn't like that in middle school. Cheerful and energetic. 2 more qualities I couldn't imagine from the Senjahara I knew, to be honest. So I did hear a lot about her, Hanako told me. Like what? How nice and sociable she is. How kind she is to everyone alike. All this almost excessive talk about her being a good, hard-working person. Like how her father is some big shot at a foreign-owned company, but her not being stuck up one bit despite living in an amazing mansion and being amazingly rich. How despite her greatness, she still reaches for greater heights. She sounds like some kind of superwoman. These stories must have been only half serious. Rumors are rumors. That was all back then, of course, Hanako noted. Back then. I did hear after starting high school that she'd fallen ill. Still, to be frank, when became classmates this year, I was shocked. She wasn't someone who would sit in the corner of the classroom like that, even by accident. Though it had been just my image of her, Hanako added, it had certainly just been her image. People change. Your middle school days and your high school life are worlds apart. That went for me, and for Hanako too. It'd probably been the same for Senjihara. She must have gone through a lot, and maybe it was true that she was just simply ill. Maybe she had lost her radiant personality for no other reason. Maybe she had lost a lot of her fill of cheer. When your body weakened, your spirit tended to sag a bit too, especially if you used to be active. So if Hanako's speculation was she was probably on the mark, if not for that morning. But, and I probably shouldn't be saying this, Senjihara, resumed Hanako. What? Compared to then, she's much prettier now. A silence. Her presence is so evanescent. The words were enough to silence me. That evanescent presence, as if she had none, like a ghost? Hidekata Senjihara. The girl is always ill. She, with no weight. Rumors are rumors, urban legends, street gossip, tall tales, only half serious, as it were. Oh yeah, I just remembered, I said. Oshino wanted to talk to me. Mr. Oshino? Why? Well, to help with his work. Okay, Hanako reacted uncertainly. She seemed suspicious at my sudden change of topic, or rather the blatant curtailment of it. My uncertain phrasing, to help with his work, could have only deepened her suspicion. This, I thought, is why I don't like dealing with smart people. Couldn't she just play along? Standing up from my chair, I continued a bit forcedly. So, I need to leave. You can take care of the rest, Hanako. You can for today if you promise to make up for it. There isn't any important left work, so I'll let you go this time. We wouldn't want to keep Mr. Oshino waiting, Hanako was kind enough to say anyways. Oshino's name seemed to have worked on her. He had saved her ass just as well as he'd saved mine, so being ungrateful must have been out of the question. Well, naturally, I had taken that into account. It wasn't a complete lie. Then I can pick up all the options for activity? I'll have you confirm them later, though. Yeah, I'll let you handle it, I said. Send my regards to Mr. Oshino. I will. And with that, I stepped out of the classroom.